welcome to the red carpet.
Welcome to 1989. Today we're going to review Atomic Blonde.
Ladies and gentlemen, live from Hollywood, California, welcome to the Red Carpet Review, starring the Showstopper, Shawn Valentino, also starring Rich Twilling. Today we review Atomic Blonde, live from the red carpet.
Hey everybody, this is Shawn Valentino here, your host on the Red Carpet Movie Review. Today we're going to be reviewing Atomic Blonde. Now, Atomic Blonde is directed by David Leitch and it stars Charlize Theron, and the plot revolves around the fall of the Berlin Wall back in 1989. And the story is all about Lorraine, who is this agent played by Charlize Theron. The story is all about her trying to rescue a list of double agents from getting into the hands of the Soviets. So we've seen this plot 100 times before in different spy movies like Mission Impossible, where the hero is trying to prevent a list of operatives getting out into the hands of the enemy. But to be fair, in this film, the plot is really irrelevant. This movie is all about the atmosphere and the attitude, style over substance, great music, intense action sequences. It's directed by David Leitch, who played a part in the recent John Wick movies. And you can tell this movie is heavily influenced by a lot of recent action movies that had a really cool style to it. We're looking at movies like Drive, Collateral, and even The Equalizer. Movies with a lot of intense, gritty action sequences that are directed with a unique style. And we see a lot of that in this film. And there's one particular scene you really need to pay attention to. It's a long, drawn-out fight sequence in a good way, shot in one take between Lorraine and this KGB agent. It's just amazing. It's really well done, shot in this apartment. Really, really cool sequence. And although you see the fall of the Berlin Wall in stock footage of this film, the historical context here is really meaningless. That being said though, it does a great job of transporting you back to the late 80s. Just check out the color, the neon colors, the wardrobe, which is just over the top, the haircuts. It does a good job when it comes to creating the scene. Even though it doesn't give you much of a history lesson, it really does take you back to the 80s. That's pretty fitting because the 80s had a lot of these over-the-top, fun action movies that didn't really try to be anything more than what they were. And similar to these 80s action movies, this movie is just pure escapism. It doesn't try to be an intelligent, thought-provoking film, and it doesn't really need to be because, again, the action and adventure here are just top-notch. I really enjoyed this movie. And like I said, this isn't really all about great acting or great plot, but I enjoyed some of the side characters. John Goodman is one of my favorite character actors. Whenever he's in a film, I'm always paying attention to him because I think he has a really interesting screen presence. Another person I want to give particular credit to is Sofia Boutella, who plays a mysterious character in this film. You don't really know where her loyalties lie, but I think she looks great. She looks really sexy. If you were unlucky, you may have seen her in the recent Mummy movie, which was absolutely abysmal, but she had a very interesting presence in it. She was really good in the film, but she wasn't given much to do. In this movie, she succeeds much better. She's got a very interesting character, she looks great, and I think that she has a really, really cool screen presence about her, and I think she shares a lot of great chemistry with Charlize Theron, which is ironic because she had absolutely no chemistry with Tom Cruise in The Mummy. But at the end of the day, this movie is really a showcase for the star and the director, and I think Charlize Theron is absolutely magnificent here, and I think David Leitch does a really good job in directing this film with a lot of style and intensity. And this movie is based on a graphic novel called The Coldest City, and you can really see its graphic novel roots here because there's a lot of comic book style action sequences, and in that sense I think it also reminds me of another movie that was based on a graphic novel, and that's Sin City. These are both movies that have a lot of style and a really, really exciting look to them, and I think sometimes that's all you really need when you're going to a summer popcorn movie. You just want to be entertained and you just want to be taken on a ride, and again, this movie does a magnificent job of that. And I also wanted to bring up a fun conversation my friends and I have had for years, and that's that, can you think of one movie starring a Hollywood actress that guys are excited about seeing? Think about it for a second. We did, and we could never really come up with anything because I don't think Hollywood does a really good job of writing women. And I think we're in an era where we just don't really have a lot of actresses that appeal to men. And if you look back to Hollywood's golden age, you had actresses like Marilyn Monroe and Elizabeth Taylor that appealed to men and women. But I think we're in an era where there's not too many American actresses that really appeal to the masses when it comes to the male audience. And I think it's ironic that most of the really attractive, appealing female stars are imports. And some of my favorite actresses include Naomi Watts, Nicole Kidman, Margot Robbie, and Charlize Theron. And again, I think Charlize Theron really knocks this one out of the park. She's charismatic, magnetic, and again, when she's in these action sequences, you believe in her. And she's right up there with a James Bond and an Ethan Hunt when it comes to believability. And it's because of Theron and it's because of Leitch's direction that I really enjoyed this picture. And we here at the Red Carpet Movie Review like to review our movies on a 5-star scale, and I'm going to give Atomic Blonde 3 stars out of 5. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to click that like button and press subscribe, and we'll see you next week on the Red Carpet.
Thank you for watching the Red Carpet Review. Proceed to click that like button and press subscribe for weekly movie reviews past and present. We'll see you soon on the Red Carpet.